Welcome to the Intuitive Wellness Experiment, a sacred space for self-rebellion, intuitive remembrance, and embodied wisdom. This is a podcast for reclaiming your rhythm, trusting your intuition, and living in alignment while embodying cosmic self-sovereignty. I'm your host, Christine, aka the Cosmic Doula, guiding you through soulful conversations with changemakers and solo reflections rooted in intuitive wellness. In this season, we're gathering tools for the revolution, tools anchored in self-sovereignty, spiritual empowerment, and collective liberation. Whether you're tuning in during a personal season of creative fire or a sacred pause, may this space support you in coming home to your own rhythm, your radiance, and the power of your gifts. Take a breath, feel your body, and tune in. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited for today's episode. I have my fellow Gemini sister here, V, with us, and I'm just so excited to have you. This is take two, y'all. If y'all don't know, we recorded, it feels like a lifetime ago, a podcast episode previously, and so we're back for take two, which I feel like is a divine time. So I can't wait for y'all to meet my friend, V. But I just want to introduce you. V is the founder of Gem Designs Boutique, a lifestyle brand where handcrafted jewelry, gemstones, and crystal meet for intentional living. A certified crystal and chakra healing practitioner, Reiki
Jikiden.
Reiki practitioner, she guides others in integrating crystals and energy practices into your daily life through workshops like Gem Drops 101 and over a decade of corporate experience leading payroll strategies and transformation. V blends her practical experience with her passion for holistic wellness. Her mission is to empower others to access clarity, balance, alignment by integrating crystals and illuminating connection between inner healing and everyday success. So, welcome, V. I
Thank
would
you.
love, I did a little introduction, but if you want to introduce yourself to the viewers, I would love that. And if you feel comfortable sharing any of your cosmic big three, big six, whatever you want, we welcome it here in this space. But we're just so happy to have you.
Hi, everyone. I am Z and the owner and designer of Gem Designs Boutique, which started as a jewelry company, handcrafted jewelry. And from there, it expanded into sourcing crystals and studying crystals. And now I'm offering a workshop called Gem Drops 101, where I'm teaching people who are beginners into crystals to integrate crystals into their life and the use in their life. And as simple as placing it on a dresser or at your desk, on your desk at work. My big three: I'm a Gemini sun, Leo rising, and Cancer moon.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, Gemini Sun. So it's just a lot of that integration or that seeker mindset, just like being curious about all the things. And you said Cancer Moon.
Cancer moon.
Cancer moon. Oh, that just like, as soon as I hear that, it just
Yeah.
feels like a hug. It feels like a
Mhm.
hug. And I know you're also a generator, so generators also have exude that aura of a hug, just a gentle
Mhm.
hug, nurturing hug. So thank you so much for sharing that. I have a question. So what first drew you to crystals and energy work? Like, how did this come about? Were you always like, when you were growing up, like playing with stones and gems, or as you got a little bit older? Like, what's your journey into crystals and energy work?
Oh wow. It's really just stumbled into it, just curiosity. I've always loved jewelry and accessories. I played with my grandmother's jewelry. Today is actually her birthday. Happy birthday, Nana.
Oh,
I played with
beautiful.
yeah, just it just occurred to me too.
Wow.
Played with the jewelry on her dresser and would always play around with taking one piece and connecting it to another.
Did
And
you?
yeah, off and on all my life, I've always done that with jewelry. And then I settled down and started to actually learn and take classes. And I wanted better material. Was buying beads at the big box creator store and drifted over to the semi-precious gemstones.
Mm,
And through working with the gemstones, I started to realize, like, I feel amazing. What's up? And something, just a nudge to keep researching. And sure enough, there's spiritual properties and the
mm,
healing aspect, which I've always also dabbled in and read my horoscope and
mhm.
all my life. And so just making those connections. So it's from there, it's been what I tell people is like I went down the rabbit hole and,
Okay.
and started researching energy work. I've always been super curious and to fully know myself and understand
Mm,
myself. So
mm.
that's really where it started.
Beautiful. So when you got deeper into, seems like you've been doing this all your life, like just creating and putting together beautiful things. And
Mm-hmm.
special shout out to your Nana for having all of the things available for you to put together on her birthday. But when was that time in your life? Do you remember that particular time in your life when you were like, okay, I need to study deeper or I want to dive deeper? And were they helpful for you? Like, did you find that, your correlation of diving deeper kind of like really was helpful for you in a time in your life? I'm just curious, was that when you were younger or like after college, before college? Like,
I'm gonna say it was definitely after college and after it was making the jewelry. And when I was realizing I felt amazing after spending
okay.
the day working on jewelry, and when I started to look at the healing properties of the gemstones, and it really, really made me research and buy some more books and read articles online and ask more questions. And then from there, enters a few years afterwards. So I started the business in 2010. So I'm going to say when when did I didn't really explore Reiki until about it was during the pandemic actually. I
Okay.
was having trouble sleeping.
Okay.
And so I was just researching different methods for sleeping, different modalities that could possibly help just healing
Mm,
overall.
mm,
And I discovered Reiki. And
mm.
as in looking for a practitioner in my area, I found someone who was, I want to say, an hour and a half away. And the lineage that she is trained in
Yeah,
is
can you
Jikiden.
pronounce that correctly, please?
Is Jikiden Reiki, and
Jikiden
it's
Reiki.
what it's known as the, I guess, directly from Japan. It's
Mm,
pure. They haven't introduced any outside influences, any other
mm,
so chakra healing or anything. So it's
mhm,
strictly just the Japanese symbols and the energy. It
mhm,
was taught that we are the conduit, and
mhm,
the original creators in the Jikiden line, they just want you to heal yourself first and
mm.
begin to spread that healing amongst your family. And then it starts to reverberate through your community. So it really is meant to be this heal the world, but in your own little way. You
Uh,
start, and it really did something for me with the training. That she offered a certificate program. The first step is Shoden and then Okuden.
okay.
And I decided to sign up for that, having only one session,
Mhm,
and
wow.
I collect certificates.
Yeah.
I decided to sign up, but it was really transformative for me
Mm,
to sit all day and learn how to channel my energy.
mm,
And then in meditation. So what that brings up when you're sitting all day in meditation or for significant amounts of time with a group of individuals who are also trying to do the same thing. So that was pretty transformative. And then through the different practices, I asked her, I said, can I use this in jewelry design? Because she also made jewelry.
oh, did
One of the
she?
bracelets, yeah, one of the bracelets that I have on, actually, this is one that she actually, it's called Reiju. It's
Wow.
another level that I'm not trained in, but you can add another level of healing just
Mm,
to the gemstones. And I can't raise you, but she said you can absolutely do Reiki with your jewelry and connect
mm.
the healing aspect to that.
Mm-mm. Can I ask, because I definitely feel your energy, y'all. I have several pieces from V, and I know a lot of people who do as well. And one thing I constantly hear over and over again, and I've personally experienced for myself, it's like the moment you open the package, you could feel the energy. And it's a different energy from any other crystal you've held or touched. And I can't explain it. I don't know what it is, but can you share a little bit how you, first for our viewers, we've had Shishetta on who's also a Reiki
Hmm.
teacher, but for anybody new, can you explain what Reiki is and what your view of Reiki is and how you do incorporate that? Like, what does that look like, feel like, incorporating Reiki into, because I can't describe, I just know it feels good and just feels like what
It's,
I need in the
that's
moment. So,
literally
I'm
what it is.
curious about the whole process, and even I'm still wrapping my head around what Reiki means. And so I
Hmm.
love the definition from people that I ask, especially those who are practitioners in the space. So I would love to hear from you what you feel.
I think what how I was trained is that Reiki is energy,
Mm,
and we are the conduit of the energy, and learning how to center yourself so that you can begin to feel someone else's energy.
mm,
And that then translates into objects if you choose to
mm,
um, move that energy to objects. And it's to the point I'm probably adding that energy to things and not even realizing, especially when I'm creating, because that's one of my higher my higher level selves, right? You just I love to create. So I'm sure even unintentionally I'm adding my own ashe energy to the to the process. And that's really what it is. It's
okay.
channeling the energy for healing.
Mm,
And you can I know with the different lineages, different versions of Reiki, you're incorporating chakra healing, you're incorporating different symbols because there are symbols involved that are learned through the training process. And essentially it's energy.
okay.
It's basically an energy. And that's what I tell people. We are magic. We are magic.
Yes, we.
And we can turn we just need to be brought back to it and
Mm,
turn it on and turn it off. And I am a firm believer in that. We can heal ourselves. It
mm,
alongside also highly trained individuals, but a lot of the healing that we need starts with ourselves and practical application and knowledge. So that's a short version of what I believe Reiki is.
Thank you for sharing. Ashe to it all. And that's what it is, right? It's the energy, it's the ashe. And yeah, I feel it. I feel it when as soon as I open a pack, even honestly, your pens. I'm like, did she put some Reiki in the pens that I've gotten in your
Wow.
package? Because I find myself just even when I journal, I'm like, where's Jim Gervais' pen? Where's Jim? I need that pen because it just helps literally with the just the writing or channeling of it all, the energy that I'm just exuding
They're
on.
good pins.
Oh yeah, I love those pens, by the way.
But I
So
haven't. I haven't. So it's just,
you have
I
your
guess, being in
unbeknownst
my
to you,
energy.
right? It's
Yeah.
your energy. It's your
So I'm
energy.
not doing anything intentional with the pens, but it's probably, yeah, it's probably just being in the vortex, my
Yeah,
vortex. It's probably taking on some of my energy. And
yeah.
yeah.
Probably in the crystals that were in the package
Hmm.
too.
Crystals
So,
in the package, and
mm,
they're stored where the crystals are. So
okay.
most likely
Oh
they're
yeah,
probably taking
girl,
on it.
I definitely got that.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. So, how do you see crystals and Reiki not just as healing tools, but this season we're talking a lot about tools for the revolution. So, how do you see them as revolutionary tools to support our liberation and our collective well-being? I mean, you spoke a little bit about it, how we can be our own healers, but
Hmm.
specifically with Reiki and crystals, how do you see it or envision it being a tool as we are in approaching, all these revolutions that are happening.
I think that instead of, not instead of, but alongside tangible tools. that we're
Mm,
going to need, the collection of different, protections and things. We need those energetic aspects, and we need to understand how to use them. Even if you have one person in your household who can acknowledge and bring you to a more centered space. We're going to need clarity of thinking,
mm,
the energy of Reiki, just being able to balance out a home so that you have again the clarity so that you can guide
mm,
your household and make the right steps that might find what communities are right for you to align with,
mm,
going forward in a revolution.
mm,
And with crystals, they're from the earth, so being able to recognize what tools that are naturally occurring that you can bring into your home, carry on your person, keep at your desk. Really simple, and it's so simple. It's so very simple. These aren't complicated things that we need to go and gather and have 8 years of training and things of that nature. So it really is, you pick up a stone. So I have some Smoky Quartz here. You pick up,
mm,
you have it, you begin to hold it, and you connect with what it is. Just like if you're going into the forest and you
mhm,
sit in a tree, you feel the
mm.
energy from the tree. It's very similar. It's I would say it's all connected. Absolutely. So if you were to sit the crystal by the tree for a little bit and you sit with the crystal by the tree, it's
Yeah.
all going to start to merge and you
Oh,
start to get your own information and messages from
beautiful.
both.
Oh, double earth. That double earth magic
Double
and
earth, double
wisdom.
earth.
Ah, I never even thought about that. Now I'm going to intentionally go into the forest and bring a crystal. It's like, y'all work together. What do you got to share
Yeah,
with
yeah.
me? And I find that with crystals, especially with all of this information, all of the technology, and all of the exchange of data, opinions, what I find with anything that's earthly, which crystals, connecting with the tree, connecting with the forest, it kind of brings you back into the present, brings you,
Mm-hmm.
grounds you in the now, planting those roots. And I feel like in these times, when there's so much flying around us, it's helpful to have these tools to help ground us in the moment, to help us see and have that clarity. So that's a beautiful invitation to maybe take a crystal or even find a rock, right? Because at the end of the day,
A
crystals
rock.
are
It
rock.
doesn't, yeah. I call them rocks. I call
Mhm.
them rocks, and people always laugh. I'm like, that's what it is. It's like,
Yeah,
it's gold. It's a rock.
yeah, yeah.
It's a rock. It's a rock, and it doesn't. I know it has a very mystical aspect,
Mhm.
and so people, when I'm vending, when I have the crystals, people approach like, can I touch it? Absolutely. I want you to touch it. I want you to feel what it feels like to have something in your hand
Yeah.
that, feel it, touch it,
Mhm.
get to know it. Just the
Mhm.
same thing as if you were to touch a tree. And
Yeah,
if you're open to it, you start to hear the messages. The trees has been there for a long time. The
yeah.
rock has been around for a long time.
Oh, the wisdom that
Yeah,
they hold, that, and the energy exchange that they give to you. And oh, we need that because I feel
yeah,
like in these times we need to be paying attention to Mother Earth. We need to be
yeah.
paying attention to, because it has so much wisdom to help us through these times. They've been through many revolutions and they will continue.
Many,
So if we want that
many.
wisdom, if we want to tap into the wisdom, what better way than getting a crystal or picking up a rock? This could be as simple as that and building a relationship with that. So that's really
Yeah.
beautiful. So, what are some few like practical ways someone, I mean, we talked about going to the forest and, but do you have any other practical ways that people could start to begin working with their crystals to support their daily life for their own personal revolutions, like simple, practical ways?
That's my favorite, is
Yay!
to
I know you
to
have a
talk
whole
to people.
class on that, so I
Yeah,
want you to talk about that
it's my
later.
favorite.
But
And I
drop some
think,
gems for us.
yeah, I think because I work in corporate America and I don't have this 100% spiritual life that I'm living and I'm meditating all day. I have to hold that,
Mhm.
whatever balance is
Duality
between the
balance.
two.
Mhm.
And so I've had to figure out ways to balance both and bring the thing that I love into the thing that I have to do. And so I love to be able to share that with people that I work with, people I meet during vending events. And so I think the first thing is jewelry. The
Hmm.
practical application is to wear it, and you want a bracelet. So the first, usually the most popular thing for that I sell is my bracelets, and so that's usually the introduction. And I have people that have purchased bracelets from years ago, and they're like, "Look, I got my bracelet," and it's like, "Yeah, you've connected with it. It's yours." And they've ordered more, and then wander into a crystal shop
Mm.
and see what calls you. Like I would love for you to order something online, but sometimes you do need to go into the store and touch the thing and what calls to you, even if you like the color, you loved how it looked, there was something with that stone that you needed in that moment. And what I say is a lot of times when I'm ordering for the business, I'll fall in love with one stone and just order a bunch of it. And later on I'll go to research and it's like, oh, it's something that I needed.
Mhm.
But so it's also, is this for the collective or is this just for me? And it's usually a combination of both. So it's my favorite thing
Yeah.
is to tell people just to go to what you're gravitating towards and begin to research that and ask questions and don't be afraid to ask questions. Some people are like, oh, well, I don't believe in it. It's like this is a natural occurring thing from
Hmm.
the earth. This is you wanted to wear the jewelry either way. So just
Yeah.
okay, don't attach anything to it.
Right.
Wear it and see how you feel.
Right, right. Yeah. And that and it like the calling to you, it's like that's a great way. We talk a lot about intuitive wellness here and intuition. And that's a beautiful way to start practicing your intuition and using your, your sacral, your body language to really see what resonates with you. I know even when you do your Thursday shops, on your shows and you'll have an array of crystals, but even there's this one particular crystal that you feel calling to you, right? You might not be able to touch it, you may not be able to feel it, but it's something. Or when you're scrolling you feel it's like, oh, that color is drawn to me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need to know the property or what it does, but once you do the research later, like you shared, you kind of really, oh, this is something I needed, or this is something I
Mm-hmm.
happen in my space, this is the right time. So those are great, great. Thank you for sharing great practical ways. Just like really touching and going into a crystal shop, looking to see, starting with bracelets. You see a lot of people with bracelets. I don't have mine on, but I do have earrings on.
Me
So
too.
I've been experimenting with different ways to work with crystals in
Mm-hmm.
other ways that are not the bracelets, or even just practicing putting it from one hand to the next.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is the energy that I feel wearing it around my neck, or wearing it on my ears, or putting it in my head wrap? Like, what are the different, how can I work with those energies? And it could be with the different chakras, it could not be, but it's what I
Mm-hmm.
intuitively feel to do at this particular time or this space or this moment. So playing with those. And I think you also mentioning having at your space, your workspace is so important. It's such a beautiful aesthetic thing to have in your
Yeah.
space. Like I have a whole crystal grid all over of, around my desk, but they serve dual purposes. They're not only aesthetically pleasing, but they're protecting my space.
Mm-hmm.
Like I even look at this. Oh my gosh, this is like one of my favorite pieces from you,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
obsidian.
Brings
And
you to yourself, right?
it's a reflection of why I'm doing this, not only, for the money to keep me stable, but for myself, for my own, personal protection. And then even just touching it and feeling it, I'm reminded of why I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing this work and how special I am and how beautiful I am.
Yeah.
And that's just my interpretation of this crystal. But having those as visual reminders when you're talking, it's like I can look at that and be like, yes, you're on par, you're doing the work. I can look at my snakes and say, you're bringing in the wisdom and the knowledge and all of that. So Yes, thank you for those practical ways. But definitely, I say, and I don't, let me know if you recommend as well, like just having, like carrying it with you, like you said, and just having it, because even if some people put it in their bra, even if you brush your hand a
Mhm.
certain way and you feel that, because, oh, it's a reminder that it's there, you
That's
know?
what it is, right? That constant reminder, like I have a waist bead and you
Mhm.
feel it.
Yeah.
And if it goes up, it's like, all right, gotta go put on the cookies. Or or just the reminder, like, oh yeah, I had that on. And what did I have some water? I
Yeah.
need to eat lunch. Did I have breakfast? The reminder
Mhm.
to move, something. It's a call to presence. That's what
Oof.
a lot of these modalities. It's that call to presence and remembering yourself and not forgetting. And what I find is a lot of my customers, customers doesn't always resonate. Clients,
Mhm.
the humans who are attracted to my items,
Mhm.
they are, many are, this is their first introduction to anything remotely self healing. And they're very nervous about it. And it's like, is this a taboo? And if it is, it's like, it's okay. That's the sovereignty. You get to
Mm.
choose
Mm.
to heal yourself. You don't always have to lean on the outside or some other thing. You can begin to quiet yourself and hear your own thoughts, and you can use tools that come from the earth to help with that
Yeah.
and answering any of those basic questions. Yeah, I just think about the many people that are like, I don't know, purple. It's like, okay, well, the purple stones I can think of immediately is amethyst.
Mhm.
It's usually one people recognize overall. So you're called to amethyst, and you're called to really uh, just elevate your thought process, and you're looking for a level of protection for yourself, and
Mhm.
to start there. That's it.
Mhm.
Start there.
Beautiful. I love the way that you just gently invite people to stay curious and open to connect with these tools because they can be scary. They can be intimidating. You see somebody who's, Reiki master or crystal master, just like knows all and spit out all of these properties. But you have a special gift of gently inviting in a very curious way people to connect with this presence, a reminder of the presence and these tools. And it's just beautiful. Like, I love to hear you talk and just encourage. It's like, oh, what do you think? It's like, pick for me. No, but what do you think? And
Mm-hmm.
like you sharing these different stories, I think it's so beautiful. I know in your thinking about some of your tools for the revolution in your human design chart, they say in human design, your conscious sun gate makes 70% of your energy of your mind body graft. And for you, it's the fine artist, the gifted storyteller. And in the line two, it's like that need to be called out. You have that
Wow.
introverted, extrovert, 2-4 line profile. So in order to get you there, that sacral, that generator sacral, you need to feel your sacral needs to be lit up and it's like a hell yes lit up. And I feel called to share this particular story and
Mm-hmm.
just even hearing you share the stories and the journeys of you traveling into crystals, it opens up gates for other people to connect with this energy. And I think that it's a very beautiful gift that you have. And I just
Thank
think it's
you.
just like I couldn't think of a perfect person. Like when if anybody is wanting to get curious about crystals, I think you with that gate 12, that storyteller, that gentle beginning, like opening up, is like you just exude that in a because it could be like this unbeknownst, even though they like to be love and light and woo, it can be very judgmental. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't know this, like these
Yeah.
spaces, or I have these crystals. You don't know, I don't have the time to explain it. But you
Right.
always, if you don't know, you also research it and you also
Mm-hmm.
like, I will research it. So I just wanted to
Yeah.
reflect that back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's the way I'm always stay curious, ask the questions, but it's the way I learned. And I
Mhm.
have experienced those judgmental spaces,
Mhm.
all knowing. And it's like, don't do that. Don't do that. In any sense, in any area. Just Don't do that to people. If they're new, it's gonna turn them away.
Yeah.
You want folks, invite people in, let them
Hmm.
learn and with you, and you learn together. And if you learn a new fact, because I don't have all the information, there's still lots of crystals that I still, if I'm researching something, I'll look again and I'll find things I didn't know about a crystal that I'm very familiar with. So
Hmm.
it's the constant learning, and that's the beautiful thing about it. And I haven't gotten bored yet either.
Yeah.
So
Love that.
that's,
Love that.
yeah, that's the beautiful part about it.
Yes, yes. And that sacral's still working, 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 still
Hmm.
getting lit up by that energy, by that energy. I have a question. So when you are working with these crystals, just thinking about your 2-4 line profile, the introverted extrovert, as well as the storyteller gate, do you feel like I think of Abraham Hicks has this gate, the same exact 12-2. And she's a channeler, right? So she like, has this whole different personality
Hmm.
that comes through when she's talking or when she's channeling. Do you find that when you are in your introverted space and working and creating these artistries, do you or making these tools, do you find that you get information or you're channeling information? Um,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. It's like it's really interesting. It's
Yeah.
really interesting. When I'm in flow, I just call it flow.
Yeah.
When I'm in flow, I start to hear little things, and then I'll
Mhm.
go to verify, like, did I read that or did I hear that in my head? And I'll go and look, and it's something that popped up. So it does begin to, the more I'm connecting, and I'm still growing in my knowledge. So it's like, I don't want to say that I'm going to offer some huge certification in crystals. I want people to begin to integrate the crystals into their lives and grow their own toolbox
Mhm.
for healing and ways to use this tool. It's a tool. And I always tell people that if you believe that it works, then just like any other tool, you can use it.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. Yeah, I just put those pieces together. I'm like, I'm sure she does some channeling that when she's got in her introverted, she's able to, because, that extrovert, it's like that dual nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you need a world that allows you to be free and have that alone time and
Mm-hmm.
but as equally you need to be sharing that information, so like from that channeling I'm sure you share information of what you kind of channeled from
Mm-hmm.
those times or what you were curious about and still needing that time to kind of understand. And then once you get out into the collective or the community, it's like, I know this for a fact because I'm in community with you. You be literally dropping gems all over the place, making connection and dropping gems all over the place. And you talked about you wanting people to have this, something practical tools that they can have around you. And I'm thinking of your incarnation cross of the Eden, right? Are you
Mm-hmm.
familiar with that?
No, no. And see, this is the part where it's like, I'm going to reflect back to you. I'm in complete awe of you and Facetta and the way you retain this information. You're able to share it with the group and share it with us, and so much knowledge. So, teaching.
Okay. No, I thank you so much for that reflection. I receive it. Um, so if you think of the Garden of Eden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eden was a beautiful place. Everything like everything that you needed was there, beauty, bounce, joy, just being present. And that's exactly what this incarnation does. So the incarnation cross is kind of like your life's path in human design. And with you, the main theme around this is bringing Eden down to earth. So when you talk about presence and creating, you want people to have like beautiful things and beautiful tools around them to ground them in the presence. That's what this is all about. It's bringing beauty, joy, the simple presence, returning to the garden where you feel safe, whole, and aligned.
Wow.
So, does that resonate at
It
all?
sure does. It sure does. It definitely does. I can say definitely I'm in spaces that are so aligned that I'm probably, this is the first time I'm experiencing them in my life.
Mm.
And it feels amazing. So
Mhm.
the ability to be comfortable in what I know and just share that with the group. And yeah, I love beautiful things. I love beautiful things.
Yeah.
So
And when I
that's
think of the Eden, like the Garden of Eden, that's what I think, beauty.
yeah,
The beauty
yeah,
that is
serenity
shown.
and just
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So with this, you have like a special gift that reminds other what it feels like to belong, to rest, to experience beauty in their lives.
Mm.
Like, look at these things. Look at these. They're so beautiful. Experience beauty. And not only that, the physical things, the energy, right? The Reiki of it all. Because if you have beautiful things around you, but your energy is messed up, is that Eden?
Nope.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm super intentional about that too. And it
Mhm.
probably if I'm in a funky mood, I try not to work on jewelry, even though I do use selenite and set the finished pieces on selenite. It's just it's gonna translate. It does. So it's just like I give myself time and space. So if I'm working on a custom order, I'm like, this is
Mhm.
the timing. But
Mhm.
if something's happening in life, we have to give ourselves the space to kind of move through that too, especially if you're creating. You have
Yeah.
to give yourself time. I've
Yeah.
learned that over time. I can't just force it out
Yeah. Yeah.
and push through it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Like one of the challenges with this gate is like you could feel weighed down by what everyone else needs to maintain their own personal Eden. So it's like you're weighed down with like maintaining everybody else's Eden, but your real role is to embody it, not to control it, to feel that Eden and that presence for yourself and not create the Eden for everybody else. So, you grounding in that moment and knowing like I need to be good before I can actually create. Like you are so aligned. You are so aligned. And another gift with this energy is the um, in your presence, and I know I feel this, people feel grounded and nourished in your presence. So that's a gift. That's like people can tend to feel eaten. So we got to watch that, right? Because people, if you're feeling too much eaten in my space, okay, I'm an introvert,
Yeah, it's like,
extrovert.
okay, I need it back
When
now,
I'm
please.
ready, you can
It's like
go.
I need to go. Okay, I've had enough. And so
So,
2-4, what I've
mhm,
come to understand about it is like, so the short amount of time that I am on whatnot, it's like
mhm,
because there's so much energy for me, it's overwhelming. So I'm like, okay, hop on, hop
exactly.
off. This is how
Absolutely.
I have to balance it. And I'm learning. I'm still very much learning. So there's no, I don't want to sound like I'm some expert and I've mastered it.
Hmm.
I'm still very much learning how to balance that and choose myself, and because I have the information, if I can help someone, they're asking a question, I'm like, oh, I have a thing that might be able to help. It's like
Hmm.
balance it out, balance it
Yeah.
out. Do you have this to give right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have it to give right now. Exactly. Exactly. Because that's the thing. It's like you need to be good and you need to be called out to share that information. And just thinking about the chaotic world that we're in and the ability to figure out, like, do I have it right now? Can I return to joy? Or do I need a return
Mm-hmm.
to joy? Do I need a return to balance? Because we know that presence is a revolutionary tool.
Yes.
So returning to that presence, to that balance, then you can go out and create the Eden wherever you go, through the relationships and the healing of your collective work. But I think that balance is so like returning constantly. It's like, oh, too much. They try to take all the Eden out of me. I need to
Right.
make sure that I'm creating it for myself, and then I can go back
Yeah.
out again.
You come out and then go back in, learning how to balance it, to come out and then retreat back in, and so you can restore yourself. And there is there is a dance and a science to it, and it's different for everyone. So I
Absolutely.
think in terms of a tool for the revolution, you need to be able to harness that. We need we're gonna need more than just warriors.
Yeah.
We're gonna need the people to understand what people are going through mentally. I could even think back to the pandemic. It's just me questioning a lot. Like, how could they just shut everything down?
Yeah.
And just really looking around and taking full stock of my life and where I was headed and the go, 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 go. And that being able to just sit down and it woke the entire
Mm,
nation up. And we're like, wait, we don't have to go in to do all of this. We don't have to spend 2 hours a day in traffic.
right.
We can still get our
Mhm.
work done,
Right.
sometimes more hours, but also we have this amazing, we can reconnect with ourselves, our families, our homes. Yeah, it's we need
Yeah.
to be able to explore that and understand it.
Absolutely. So, in thinking of that, I know you talked about walking both worlds of corporate leadership and holistic entrepreneurship. So, what wisdom do you carry from each world, and how do they kind of feed into each other?
Ooh, let's see. Being able to uh, just read the room. So having
Mm,
that emotional intelligence.
that's powerful,
Yeah. So when people start shifting in the chair in a meeting or on screen, even because we're still very much on screen in an office.
for sure.
Um, so people start shifting or they don't even turn the camera on at all. So that's sending a signal, especially the person that used to come on camera. So it's bringing a lot of that emotional intelligence into mm, my corporate life
Hmm.
and even with strategy, how I'm balancing my workload,
Mm,
the tools dealing with people. So
genius.
bringing a crystal in, and if I don't necessarily display them at work. I have them on
Right.
my door because I don't want people touching them. Like full transparency, I do have a plant, so the plant is out,
Ooh.
but the crystals are in my drawer.
Mm,
But bringing the tools to your life, into your corporate life, if that's how you'd like to integrate it, or keep it in your work bag near your computer as you're traveling to work.
mm, mm,
And then the same exchange with the strategy, I bring it into business. So
mm,
the things that I've learned, practical tools like Excel,
hmm.
using that with
Exactly.
work and inventory. So
Yes,
those very
true.
it's like we talk about I guess corporate America, but
For
some
sure.
pluses and minuses that you can actually bring into even a holistic business. I'd love for everything to be love and light, but
Yeah.
we do need to know the profits and losses and all and have it, yeah,
Absolutely.
and keep track of
Absolutely.
all the things.
The
So
balance, the balance.
yeah.
What advice would you give someone who's balancing their practical career and a spiritual career and creative calling? Like, seems like you're doing it, figuring it out,
Yeah.
but what advice? You've been in it. You said you started your business in 2010, so
In
like
2010.
share. Share.
Oof.
I need that wisdom.
Um, keep 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 reaching for the thing. There's so many times that I've been like, I'm putting this down. It's just a waste of time. I
Mm,
can't. I'm not doing it in the way that I want to do it, and it's just be open to the pivot
mm,
and the ebbs and
uh-uh,
flows of life.
mm-hmm.
Allow your life. Sometimes things are gonna shut down and slow down, but just don't stop.
Yeah.
But be open to life is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. So have to be open to that, but continue to, if you have like a core product, to continue to push
Mm,
that out and
okay.
then create new things when you have time. It's
Okay.
really just honoring yourself still, especially if you're a solopreneur, honoring yourself in all of it. I can't say that I have all the answers though, because
Mm,
there's times that I have been like, okay, I need to take a couple days.
mhm.
Um, it's not working this way, so I pivot and change how I'm working or how often I'm doing something. I used to commit to try and do my newsletter every week. It's like this is not working. Got to give myself some time. So it's like be true and honest with yourself. Like you don't have to. The best thing I've learned is that I don't have to. It doesn't have to look like anything else that anyone else is
Mm,
doing.
mhm,
And that's the greatest lesson that I've learned. At
mhm.
this point, I'm just proud of what I've built on my Instagram. It's from the beginning. You can see I used to take pictures on paper towel because I had no idea like
Yeah.
how I was supposed to do it. So you can see the evolution
Yes.
of and allow yourself to evolve. So
Oof.
stop that comparison with everything else in business and in life. And if you are lucky enough to have a business that's supposed to be holistic, allow those tools to work on you too.
Oh,
You start to use them. Yeah.
oh my gosh, so many gems. I'm taking mental notes. I'm glad I have this recording so I can actually take the notes in my notion. Because you dropped so many good tools and words that I needed right now in this moment. So thank you so much for sharing that.
And I don't always remember myself. Like it's just
Mm,
it's a practice for a reason. We have to keep going in the toolbox, pulling the thing out. So if it's not crystals at this moment, maybe it is lighting a candle and sitting with that. Whatever your tools are that you've collected, allow those to work for you. And then if you find that you don't have the tool, seek out something. Keep looking. Stay curious.
stay curious. Stay curious. Okay. So in closing, during these times, during these revolutionary, if you ask me, times, what's one crystal that you feel is most important or what's coming up for you right now that we can carry and why?
Hmm. I grabbed the big smoky too,
Mm,
as I was coming upstairs. So I'm going to say, because I think the smoky kind of this is Smoky Quartz, by the way. I keep saying smoky. It holds you in times of grief,
mm,
and whether it's personal level grief or grief for everything you see going on in your
oof,
world. And I think collectively we are letting go of a way of life. It's unraveling before our eyes.
mhm,
And many people are fighting to keep it the same. It's inevitable that it's going to change. And so to support, I think Smoky Quartz would be great for that. If
mm.
you can get a small piece, that you can have a tumbled stone, so tumbled are soft and smooth.
Okay.
You could do a larger rock. The larger stones are more natural and sharp and jagged edges, and then you can have little small clusters. It doesn't have to be large. It can be small. You can do jewelry. You
Mm.
can do any of those. So start with smoky,
Okay, smoky, smoky,
smoky
smoky,
quartz.
smoky. We're bringing in some smoky. So I need to get some smoky from you. Do I have smoky? I don't
I
think
think you do. I think you
smoky.
might have purchased a cluster.
I gotta look. I gotta look through my stuff. I'm like, what's smoky here? I got so many good crystals from you that I'm looking at. That I'm like, oh, I got that one. I got that one. Okay, so if somebody wants smoky, how can where can they get them from you? Can they learn about them from your upcoming shop? Like, what do you got going on? How can
So
people
many
get in
things.
touch with you, and get some of the smoky or whatever they feel called to?
Whenever they feel called to. You can start with the website,
Okay.
gemdesignsboutique.com. I have a sometimes weekly show over on Whatnot. I'm under the name Gem Girl V. Uh, what else is happening? Yeah, if you go to the website, I have all my links. Instagram, Gem Designs
I'll make sure
Boutique
I link all
Jewelry.
those.
Yeah, so Gem Designs Boutique Jewelry. I do have my link tree there. So if you're interested in a custom order, you can start with or even sourcing crystals. I have my crystal consultations listed. So crystal consultation is if you're really ready to start a journey with crystals and you want me to source something for you. You're ready to get to the nitty gritty and want to talk to me longer term, half an hour. So that's what those are. Yeah. So mainly the website is probably the easiest
The
way, and then
website for all the go-tos, weekly
mm-hmm.
show, semi on Whatnot, which where I brought a lot of the things, and I just love
Yeah.
your surprise shows and the themes of it all. So I need to go in there and see if I can get some more smoky.
Mm-hmm.
And then the newsletter, your classes. Okay,
Yes, the
lots of
workshops.
great workshops, lots of ways to get all the gems from Gem Gold V. So thank you so
Thank you.
much for joining us today. I'm for take two. Hopefully
Take
this
two.
will get published seamlessly. And I just encourage everybody to tap in and you'll feel the energy as soon as you receive one of Gem Girlie's. And she is an artist, okay? There's no doubt that the
Mm.
gate of the fine artist, the storyteller, is all around this girl because you are an artiste, okay?
Thank
I
you.
have a
Thank
couple of
you.
pieces that I'm going to hopefully, if my snake sister mails it over to you, get custom made. And I'm just so excited for your custom pieces. Like, this is a custom, can I say it's a custom? I mean,
Sure.
it's
Yeah,
got a
because
limited
I only did a
edition.
handful of those.
But yeah, it's like this is clear quartz wrapped in copper. Like like I want to take this off. I don't know if y'all probably can't see the quality, but the quality of the work is just stunning, astonished. You're gifted in so
Thank
many
you.
ways,
Thank
number one,
you.
and I am just so happy to be in community with you. And I love you and I love the work that you're doing in this world. I think it's so needed. So thank you for this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. And thank you for inviting me on and search for me, follow the links if you're interested in anything.
Yes, yes. Well, I'll make sure I have it all below, and there's a Substack too that y'all can follow too. So we'll make sure that
Yeah,
we'll link
that's
it,
a
and I'll
subject.
tag you in the post too.
And a
We're
YouTube. It's
everywhere.
like
Gemini's,
all the things, so
all
many
the
things.
things. We got all the things, all the things. All right, y'all. Until next time. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Intuitive Wellness Experiment. May you continue to trust your rhythms, honor your intuition, and gather tools that liberate you. If you're feeling this journey, share it with someone you love or subscribe on Substack to stay connected. That's it for this episode. Keep listening to your body, keep trusting your path, and remember, your intuition is the revolution. Your wellness is sacred. Merci beaucoup and merci en pile. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time.